I am Dyana Rozay. And I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team? And welcome to the channel. Y'all, we have so much to talk about. It is crazy. Make sure that you guys, if you can hear the sound of my voice, go ahead and drop your city and state in the chat real quick so that I can give you a shout out, please, and thank you. Let's see, I got a new member. Welcome to the Supreme Team. I appreciate you for joining the channel. Come on in, everybody. 134 people are on. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel and you want to talk in the chat, you'll need to be a subscriber for at least 10 minutes in order to leave a comment, okay? So come on in. Let's see what we got. OLC, Atlanta, Oklahoma, what's up? St. Louis, what's up? Philly, Delaware, come on in. Tallulah, Louisiana. Oh my gosh, y'all flying now. Okay, Brooklyn in the house, what's up? Tampa, what's up? Kevin Reynolds. Hey. She said, your sister, if she's also in the chat. She's in the chat. Clone is in the chat. What's up? Welcome to all of my moderators. I appreciate everyone who showed up. If you see a wrench behind their name, they're here to make sure that you have a very good time, okay? So just follow their instruction. I don't care if you guys have different opinions. We just don't have to be nasty to each other, and you don't have to be nasty to me, okay? What goes on in the chat sets the tone. So I want to make sure everybody has a good time. But come on in. The show, Love and Marriage Huntsville, was off the chain tonight, all right? I hope y'all had an opportunity to watch it. I hope you have taken the poll that is at the top of the chat asking about Dr. Shenita, child. Dr. Shenita knew some things, and it felt like she was Mel's alter ego, like she was saying what she wanted Mel to say or what Mel told her she couldn't say. I don't know, but she was gone, okay? She was on 10. Hell, she might have been on 100. But I'm gonna let y'all talk tonight, okay? Because we're gonna do the official sister review tomorrow on Sunday, like we always do, okay? And tonight is your night, so you guys get to talk about the episode because a lot went down, and I know a lot of y'all have things to say, okay? You said, hey, Diana, Dallas in the house by way of Brooklyn and St. Croix. All right, welcome. I appreciate you for coming over and visiting, okay? Detroit, California. So y'all, we're about to get into it. Someone said Letitia really needs to learn proper grammar, more funnier. Yep, sometimes you speak the way you speak. It is what it is at this point. People understand what she's trying to say. Come on in, everybody. Antigua is in the house. I love to see where you guys are coming from, where you represent. So it's good. Okay, so listen, let's get this down. Welcome to the channel. I appreciate it. Welcome to the platform. I always feel like I'm way too close to this camera. Let me see if I can pull it back without flipping anything over. All right. Make sure I can see myself. Okay, y'all, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to see if y'all would like to come up. If you want to come up, you can. If you would like to just leave your message in the chat, you can do that too. Whatever you are comfortable with. This is your show. This is where you come to discuss what your eyeballs and your ears heard on that television show tonight, okay? It was a lot. Listen, I don't even know, with everything that they showed us in the previews with Ken and Trish and Marquez crying, and then we have Martell and he's supposed to meet up with Scott's, and then they kind of drop tea on each other about cheating. And then there's another scene where Martell looked like he bucks up on Martell looked like he bucks up on Marcel. This just feels like too much. Like, we're not going to get through all of these scenes, okay? My rock and roll tea tonight is Madonna, okay? This is old school Madonna, okay? So y'all know who I'm rocking tonight. Let's see. She gathered Tisha. Someone said you didn't want to watch. If you didn't watch, I understand, child. This isn't the official review. The late night is your night. This is where you guys get to come and chit chat about what you saw, and you can let us know if you agree or disagree, okay? But I'm going to get into it now. The first thing I'm going to ask y'all is a poll question outside of the one that y'all already took, but I'll give the results of that in a second. Let's see how many of you took it. 189 votes right now. Keep voting, okay? We want to make sure everybody is represented, excuse me. I asked if Dr. Shenita came in too hot with Tisha. The poll question is that, and you can answer with, or responses are, yes, she was like an attack dog, okay? No, she wasn't hot enough for me. 81% said she wasn't hot enough for me. 14% so far said, yes, she was like an attack dog. And 5% of you said, I hope Tisha get her lick back. Now, that was also a part of those two episodes, the clip we got, where Tisha's going to scream over to Dr. Shenita, I'm not the one or the two. I will whoop your motherfucking ass. And Dr. Shenita's getting into the taxi. She gives her the peace fingers and was like, girl, you don't want it with me. We see Mel trying to like console Tisha, like, girl, it's okay. She came in super hot. All right, let's see. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm going to start with this question, y'all. Tisha had egg on her face. She was as mad as she got clocked, and I was here for it. Okay. All right. So here's the question. Has anyone in the chat ever went on a girls trip with like more than 3 women, like 5 or more, and there was women you didn't even know? And it could be actually women or men, but I know that when the guys go on boys trips, it's always different. They don't get into the fights and arguments that women get into. But women, when we go on girls trips, and sometimes there's women that you don't know if you vibe with all the way, there's always going to be somebody who gets into it. And then if you're sharing rooms with people you don't know, that's going to be a problem too, because usually when you're in all that energy, your room is a place where you can come, recoup, get your energy back, all of that good stuff. It was a free trip. I get it. I'm not asking you if you went on the free trip. I'm asking you if you went on your trip. Who in the audience or in the chat has gone on a trip where there were several women? There might have been 1 or 2, 3 women you knew, but a lot of women you didn't know, and personalities clash. And when that happens, sometimes things, go wrong. Look, Sunny said, absolutely not. So if you've done that and you've had similar situation to what we saw on the show where people might get into it, go on ahead and put a 2 in the chat. If it's never happened, or, you have gone on this trip, let's say you've gone on a trip with strangers, some people you know, some people you didn't, and everything went well, put a 4 in the chat. 2, everything went haywire. 4, everything was amazing. Couldn't have asked for better. Okay, I'm going to put my number into the chat, 2. This happened to me about 2 years ago. It was a bad experience for me, and I left the next day. It was fighting over the rooms. It was actually a couples trip. It wasn't even a girls trip. It was a couples trip. And I took me and my couple, and we got in our car, packed our things, and we left. It looks like more of you have better experiences than not. Okay, 4, 4, 4, more 4s than 2s. More 4s than 2s. Let's see. I've gone on multiple girls trips. We only had one person that had issues, and she was never invited again. Okay. So more people with 4s than 2. Got it. All right. I want to say that I have experienced, if there's 3, maybe 4 of us, good times. If there's more than that and people don't know each other, bad experience, because people just don't know how to take other people's personality. And then also, if you are one of those people who talk to your other friends about a friend, and they let you know it through their energy, and, oh girl, same thing Dr. Shenita was doing, watch her. I don't trust her. That could be a lot on your system. But I've experienced that, and I've taken myself right on home the day after. So that's why I wanted to ask who has experienced what, so that we can chit chat about it. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to put this invite up, and I'm going to tell y'all what's going on, and y'all can talk to me about it. So first scene, child. Mel says she was bringing her single friends, Dr. Shenita and Lauren, who you probably have all seen on her IG. I don't trust being around a lot of people, right? Yeah, I think that it's good for me if I can have my own room, because I really need to be able to walk away and, get my energy back. I recharge on my own energy, not on other people. So I can't be around people for like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day and not go into my own space. So anyway, but when you get older, you know who you are. You should know who you are. So it makes a difference. But Melody ended up bringing her single friends, Shenita and Lauren. Okay. And they were excited. They got there first. Mel was drinking her champagne. They was talking about how everything looked. It seemed amazing. She goes into the house and she said, let's start picking rooms for everybody. Okay. They all started picking their rooms. What's up? How you doing, Chica? I don't know if she can hear me.
I can hear you. I'm sorry.
How are you?
When you said Chica, I was looking to see who's Chica.
You're Chica.
I know what Chica means.
Review hour, but yes. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Chica, I said my girlfriend, good friend. Okay. Let's see. Janet said that Mel brought her lap dogs with her. Okay. Even family trips can be a lot for me. Family trips can be a lot, but this is exactly the point I'm trying to make. Mel knows not to trust tissues. She just needed to be said in the group. Okay. Anywho, they start picking their rooms. Lauren is excited. She picked the card and she was like, this is my room. So we already know what's going on. Now, here's the question, because I said, who's right, who's wrong? The question is, and you are up here, so I'm going to ask you too, but I'm asking in the chat. When Mel makes the assignments for the rooms, and she said, well, Tisha's bringing a friend, so Tisha, Kimmy, and the friend can stay in this room. These 3 ladies can all share. Wait a minute. How dare you? I'm great on a trip. Okay. I like taking trips with you. You're great on a trip. But I want to ask, did y'all think that Mel was saying, I know Tisha, at the end of the day, Tisha did send that message. Mel may say she didn't see it, but Tisha did send it. Do y'all feel like Mel was like, going ahead, the 3 of y'all can sleep in this room, because what's the point of me going out of my way to, make things comfortable if you are trying to make things uncomfortable for me by bringing destiny? So if you feel like Mel was like, I don't actually care, Tisha got the room, Tisha and Kimmy get what they get, go ahead and let me know, put a 3 in the chat. And if you feel like Mel was just thought she was looking out, like, well, you bringing a friend, so you and your friend can stay in the same room, and I'm going to look out for my girl, Sunny. Okay? Sunny can have her own room, as opposed to maybe Sunny rooming with someone else, because a lot of people, well, I shouldn't even say a lot of people, Tisha and Kimmy thought, we're OGs, we should have had a room by ourselves. This is an argument that Married to Medicine has had before, RHOA has had before. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, Review Hour?
Well, I think I would have done the same thing too. I'm sorry if you're going to bring someone. Yeah, I saw the text, but I'm not going to say I saw. But I'll put you down in the basement because you're bringing somebody that I don't get along with, and that she doesn't like me. I believe that you are trying to be funny, so I'm going to show you funny. I'm going to put you on down here in the dungeon.
Okay.
And everybody up here on the main floor. Yeah, okay. I felt Mel. I would have done the same thing.
Okay. And the chat is feeling the same way. They said just that Tisha gets what she gets. And Kimmy, you right on in there because you was a part of the group. Get what you get is what this is what the crowd is saying or the chat is saying. My bad, y'all.
And
What the chat is saying. Uh-huh.
and another thing, they act as if they've never gone anywhere. That's what I don't like. They act as if they don't even that they don't travel. They even Kimmy, when she saw St. Thomas, it was like a 5-year-old. Oh, St. Thomas, and I'm like, they act as if they don't travel. Who gets angry about a free trip and the bedroom assignment? It's free.
It's free. Okay. Well, I'm asking. I want to see what y'all thoughts are. Um, there's a lot of people who are saying, listen, at the end of the day, they get what they get. There's maybe one or two of y'all who feel like they got played. Okay. Um, let's see. Hold on one second. Well, what was chosen because three people, she told her that she would be a third. She did say that she would be a third. Now, personally, I will say this, even though I said this was not my review, I still believe that they all knew who was coming. If anybody didn't know anything, I would say at the airport, I think the girls were genuinely shocked to see Sunny, but I think that Mel did know or had a good idea, a strong idea that Destiny would be there. Just based on how this show is run, in the same way that I feel like Destiny knew or had a strong idea Mel would be at her event, because that's TV. It's just how it works. Let's see. Kevin said the accommodations were fabulous. Who should care about a room? At that point, the house didn't accommodate them all. And that's what you have to realize. At some point, you have to take one on the chin. Now, I thought that Tisha and Kimmy got their stuff out, right? They basically talked to each other and they're like, look, we know this is on purpose. I don't respect Mel. This tells Mel, or I shouldn't say that she didn't say, I don't respect her. She said, this tells me how Mel really feels about us. Okay. Now, what happens after this? Basically, they're outside and they're upset. Nell Fletcher shocked the hell out of me. I would say more than Tisha and Kimmy. I didn't expect for Nell Fletcher to go off the way she was going off. I think Nell was a little drunk,
I
personally.
I agree. I think she was what they say on 10. Yeah, she was
Uh,
much.
right. Look, Cut and Paste said Mel did offer to switch rooms and they said that they were fine. And that's what they should have said. Mel was the host and she should have taken the bigger room. What's up, Charlotte? How are you? I think Mel should have taken the room that she took. But I thought at the end of the day, Tisha and Kimmy kind of worked it into their, situation. Like, okay, this is it. We don't want to come off as, everybody being upset because we made everybody switch a room. They took the room. That's good. But Nell Fletcher was the one who was flipping out because she didn't have a name tag. First, she didn't think she had a room. Then she didn't have a name tag. Now, I want to know from y'all if y'all thought that Nell Fletcher was doing too much. You probably already answered review hour. What's your thoughts, Charlotte? Doing too much or not?
Doing too much.
Doing too much.
Doing too much.
Okay.
I wanted to say, Dyana, if I can, because I listen to your podcast all the time, and I never get a chance to come up. So I just wanted to say really quickly, if I can.
Mhm.
First, to answer your question, I thought Nell was doing too much, but when Mel first told the ladies about the trip,
Mhm.
she told Tisha she could bring somebody, but if I'm not mistaken, I thought Mel told Tisha she would have to share her space or her room because she didn't have a space for, specifically designed for her guest. So did she not
Right.
tell Tisha that?
I think she did, but I think what Tisha was confused, what they kind of said was the room is too small for three people to share, for three of the women to share. I think they was hurt by the size of the room and thought that there was a better way for them to organize it. I think that was how it was played out. I would have to watch it again, but at the end of the day, they did accept it. But you're right. She did say you're probably going to share a room. I think that's true.
Okay.
I think that's true. I don't think that Kimmy expected to share the room, though. I don't think she expected. She seemed to be the one that took it the hardest.
I just thought it just went too far left when you took a room situation and made it into something way too personal, for in my opinion. This was disrespectful. This was personal. I thought that just went too far left. It was just
Oops, we lost you. We lost you. Okay. Monica said Nell put 20 on 10, that it was just too much. Yeah, I was like, I'm not sure what's happening here with Nell. I do feel like maybe she might have had too many drinks on the plane or something, but she was going off. At the end of the day, Nell Fletcher was upset because she felt like she took care of Mel in Houston. She said, you asked for things, I made sure you got them. And I am in this space and you didn't take care of me. You didn't look out for me the way I looked out for you. And then Mel said, listen, I need you to know that as your friend, I wouldn't do anything to hurt or harm you on purpose. Like, I feel like you're going over the top. You do trust me, right? And then Melody said something like, all the time that you call me, cry on my shoulder, that kind of thing. And Nell said, you call me too, you cry on my shoulder too. Like, she was pushing back in a way that it felt like the audience was left out of a conversation or a moment. I don't know. What was y'all thoughts?
Well, I think that again, she was just. I think Nell was a little tipsy, and then she, in my opinion, she has a problem with self control. Even Dr. Francis, that little counseling session that they have, you can tell that she's not disciplined when it comes to her emotions. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that she just went overboard because she still needs to work on that. She
Okay.
still, because she was getting very aggressive with it. And I think she was doing too much, and it just wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary.
Okay. Chacha said, I disagree with you, and I'm not sure which part you disagree with. If you want to respond to that, I'm interested, or you can come into the chat, child. Come up on the panel, I should say. Here is the link. That way we can get a discussion going. Okay. Now, I don't know if y'all saw it or not, but Kimmy put her hands on Nell Fletcher. Did y'all get to see that?
And when she was putting her hand in her face,
She sure did.
and I said, "Now she went too far."
Melody thought she handled things with Nell and things were good. Then when she gets to, have a seat, they're like, well, looks like Kimmy and Tisha are also upset. She's like, well, where are they? And she ends up going outside to talk to them. And they didn't mince words. They said it. They were like, listen, we feel like you gave us this room on purpose because you knew that we were bringing this third person. And, I just don't understand why you wouldn't have, had more consideration for us. So they're asking for the same thing as Nell Fletcher. And Mel says, no, I had no clue, right? And she's trying to ease things. She tells them at the end of the day, I will take the room from y'all, and me, Shenita, and Lauren can stay, and y'all can have the room that, the 2 rooms that we give up. And they said, no, we'll keep it. Kimmy was still, I think, on 10, but they were trying to show that they were being team players. Nell Fletcher comes out and says, so what's going on? What y'all fighting about? And she really starts bucking up on Kimmy and Tisha. Like, I think she probably thought she was being playful, but Kimmy didn't take it as playful because she was already mad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When Nell has her hand up, Kimmy literally steps to Nell Fletcher and then kind of swats her hand like, girl, the last thing you're going to do is come for me. Okay. So let's look at this. And so I know people are asking, well, why do y'all think Melody owes them anything? I don't know. We have to watch it as a TV show. Sometimes we forget we're watching TV because we know so much about the internet version of stuff. But they don't play everything that goes on the internet on the TV show. So we have to kind of take it the way it comes. Now I'm playing this in slow-mo so y'all can see it, Hold on. I don't even know if you saw it good, but she swatted her hand. Now I was saying if this is like the fast version. Okay, she's gonna step up and go, first of all, pop. And then she starts putting her hand in her face. Like, if this is what you want to do, we can do it. But Kimmy is ready to fight right here. And then look at Melody laughing, because that was funny. Melody starts laughing.
Like, I know y'all two. I was about to say something, but that wouldn't be appropriate. But I know it was gonna have to do with age because they're both in my age bracket. I know y'all too old, blah blah blah, and not about to fight up in here.
I know y'all are about to fight up here. Even Tisha was laughing because Nell and Kimmy, they have personality conflict, I think.
Okay.
Kimmy does not like her energy, does not like Nell Fletcher's energy, and it's clear. And Nell was like, "You gonna get these hands back in your face too." And that's when Melody starts laughing and Tisha started laughing too.
I think they don't get along because they see each other.
They see each
Oh.
other.
I think Kimmy and Nell don't get along, and I think they never have. And I think it's because they see each other. While Kimmy is saying, I see you, Nell, and I don't really kind of vibe with your energy or what you bring in. Trust me, Nell sees Kimmy and knows Kimmy for who she is too. So they see each other.
Right. Right. So at the end of the day, that's why I was like, oh my God, these ladies were really at it. No, excuse me. They said that it was like a really big argument, but it didn't play out as a big argument, in my opinion. Hi, DH Sobers. How are you?
Oh, hello.
Hey, honey. Okay, what's your thoughts about all this so far?
I'm sorry. I had a chunk of watermelon in my mouth.
That's okay. That's okay.
Um, Now is giving. She's talking about Mel with the other ladies and picking up some of their feelings about Mel.
The
That's
energy.
why, in my opinion, she was going at Mel like that. And Mel was like, "We're good. What are you doing?" Um,
You're saying
it
that
didn't.
Nell Fletcher picked up the energy from Tisha and Kimmy about Mel,
Yes, and
about how they
Stormy.
Oh, okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Sorry. Yes, that's the thought I was trying to get out. Yes. That's
Okay.
why she was being real funny towards Mel because it didn't make any sense at all.
She was being funny toward Kimmy, because she had a lot of feelings. Kimmy and Nell Fletcher have a lot of feelings, so I want to see how this plays out. It's going to get even hotter next week. Kevin said this is X side chick versus X side chick antics. Is that the case? It's side chick antics. So I said I peeped that too. Okay, Kimmy doesn't want anybody to take over the core six, and she pretty much said it in that argument. She said, I didn't ask you anything. You didn't have to come out here. This was none of your damn business. Okay. I'm paraphrasing, but she basically said, we didn't need you to come out here and straighten anything out. This was between us and we had it worked out just fine. You coming out here, like I'm grown as hell, you grown as hell, you can go on back inside. Okay. Which I don't know.
That's
I'm
true.
listening. You
I,
feel you go ahead.
no, I said I agree with you in that, and I usually don't agree with Kimmy, but in that, from that point, from that side, I would think, we got this. We're taking care of this. Go on back inside. Go on, get. You know, she was dipping her nose into
This
something
is so
that,
funny.
you know,
Patricia said, I don't watch why I love the low ratings. It's so funny y'all love the low ratings and then y'all was voting Mel to be the number one reality show star of the lowest rated reality show. I was actually cracking up. I'm like, y'all have to want her to win, child. What is going on? Let's see. It was a great show tonight. I'm telling everyone I know to tune in. I thought it was a good show. To be honest. I did think that Nell Fletcher was doing a little too much, but she could have just, been trying to get her camera time. I actually like the interaction between Melody, Tisha, and Kimmy. Now, this is a different energy than we saw at the very beginning when Tisha, Mel, and Kimmy met. They were hugging and seemed like friends, and friend is too heavy of a word. They seemed like they were working on things. Even when Mel said, let's go to St. Thomas, what was her exact words? All the ladies have been working to get into better places and spaces.
Mm-hmm.
That is how she phrased it. Right before she said, we going to St. Thomas, right? So it seemed like they were working on things. And this trip, whether we know it as an audience or not, it looks like the trip, based on what maybe production asked them to do, was to get these things out. We're going to get it out, okay? And y'all have a hard time talking to each other. And so Melody ends up, they're at the dinner table now. Everybody, I think Nell Fletcher threatened to go home. Kimmy threatened to go home. They all end up staying. Now they're at the dinner table. They're at the dinner table, and it feels like everything is laser focused on Tisha. At this point, Tisha's sitting there. She looks like she wants to have a good time. They're all eating. I think there is a question. I think Tisha asked a question. Melody made it a point of saying that she was inviting some of her single friends. So what are y'all bringing to the table since y'all the single friends, right? And I don't think Dr. Shenita took that very well. She didn't take that.
What
Huh?
Tisha said was Melody made it a point to say she's bringing her single friends as if her single friends are better
Are
or
more
have
fun.
more fun.
Have
So
more fun.
yes. And then they said, well, kind of single girls are a little bit more fun than married girls.
Okay. And then she asked, what question did she ask Tisha? What was a thing that started Tisha off? She said something like, can you be friends with everybody? And she said, we're adults, that even if you don't get along with everybody, you should still be able to sit at the table and talk and show yourself as grown.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Stormy says, look at us, because we don't like each other, referring
Mm-hmm.
to herself and Tisha. And she said, that's right. And we sitting here being, we're cool. And then Shenita says, watch her. Okay. And that smile that Tisha had, that we having fun smile,
Mm-hmm.
disappeared. And she said, what you mean by that? And I was like, baby, this is going to be great. She said, what the hell you mean by that? And Dr. Foster said, watch it. Well, you the one who said you know how to, basically trick off of people, make people think that you cool when you ain't. Why would you want to be in spaces with people that you ain't friends with? That's when the conversation opens about destiny. And I think it was Mel who said, well, since we're talking about who don't like who and what's going on, let's get this party started. Trisha, you said you don't like Sunny because of what she did to Destiny, right? You new to the group. Let's get it popping.
Coming from somebody who has a whole husband and
Okay.
like, girl, have several. She was already seating, but have another one.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Trisha's a follower.
Mm-hmm.
Trisha's a follower.
Exactly. I think so too. And I think, Tisha, why did you make such a big deal about the word? Why is it such a big deal about single friends? Why is that a big issue coming from somebody who showed up to, what was that, the Galentine with the teen wife shirt throwing shade at Mel? I mean, what was the big deal then? I mean, you showed up to a whole event where you're supposed to be dressed with a teen wife shirt on. Mel was no longer a wife, and now you worried about somebody saying, see, I just think some of that stuff be so catty and petty. I don't know.
I think that they was going to get it popping whether Tisha asked a question about single friends or said pass the salt. At the end of the day, Dr. Shanita's whole entire job was to give Tisha that work.
Yes,
That's it.
yes. I,
If she
I,
would have said pass the salt, she would have been like, get your own damn salt.
Yeah.
What, we supposed to get you the salt? Like, it would have happened.
Manufacture that drama.
Yeah, Tisha thought, well, let's just piggyback off of the single friends, since that's something Melody told us about y'all, that y'all single. So go on ahead and tell us what are you bringing to the table as a single friend? The problem is, oops, I don't know what happened. I saw you in the back room. So if you want to come back up, you can. Let me put the link back up. Come back up, please. Tisha was gonna get that work regardless. That's the whole thing. But Melody said, let's go on ahead and drag Trisha's ass in here too. You had a lot to say at the last dinner that we all had together about Destiny and Sunny. You don't like Sunny. And then they all started chiming in about Sunny in that moment. Well, Sunny was really Destiny's friend, and da 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 da. Dr. Shenita is so bout it that she's even taking up for Sunny. She don't know Sunny. She just said, that who gives a shit? Sunny's job as a producer was to learn everything she could about that girl. That doesn't make her her friend. That's number one. Number two, why aren't you giving the same smoke to Moses? Why are you only giving it to her? And she basically said, we don't give a shit about Destiny's feelings. So they start rocking it out about that. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see what y'all saying. A lot of people are pissed now. Nell didn't know what to do with herself without her boyfriend Fletcher. Yeah. Nell Fletcher is a funny. I think if Nell's energy is like this without Chris, because usually she just sits and smiles, she is going to be interesting.
Hey, Diana, can I ask
Huh?
you a question?
You sure can.
Do you think Nell was embarrassed when Mel mentioned her being older because the young Allen boys were over to the side? I think she was a little embarrassed about that.
You know what? I think it bothered her that she was there, and I think it bothered her that she was saying, she said, why are you keep playing me like I'm the oldest, like keep saying that you're the oldest in the group. And I think it probably was a mix of things. I think that she knows she's older than everybody else. And then she also feels like she's being disrespected a little
Okay,
bit.
right.
And I think also Martell saying, nobody wanted to go to your old ass party and the other stuff. I think she's probably just feeling like,
Don't, yeah, I get that. I
and
get
her
that.
and did she say that she knew all of them? She knew that. Did she say she knew Tisha and Kimmy longer than she even knew Mel? I thought I heard her say that.
I can't remember that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, she
Um,
said that, but it didn't make sense to me. I didn't understand it.
yeah,
I
at
thought
some
I thought she was saying that she knew Kimmy and Tisha longer than anybody else in the group. And I thought she was saying that just to justify why she was out there jumping in that conversation that they were having. That's why.
Mhm.
when you want to be one of the girls, that's crazy that Nell was offended. Mel was being respectful. When you want to be one, like everybody else, and someone points out how you're different, it's going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if she feels like me and Kimmy are probably closer in age, or maybe even her and Dr. Shenita. I'm not sure how old Dr. Shenita is, but she seems a little older than the other girls. Um, but yeah, who was the youngest person there? Stormy?
Probably Stormy.
Probably Stormy. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I think maybe Tisha, Destiny, and Sunny are around the same age. I think they're in their 40s. Um, Melody is still like, I think she's 37. So Melody, Lauren are probably around the same age. But I think that I think Nell Fletcher felt a little singled out. That's what I think. I think.
Yeah,
Uh,
but
let's-
once her friend explained it to her, I didn't understand keeping it up. She kept it up for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And even
Now,
after Melody pulled her to the side, she still wanted to keep it up. So it seemed really weird, like she was looking for a problem.
I think if you guys have ever been to those kind of parties or outings, it goes very quickly. Sometimes people just have bad energy when they go in. They don't know how to calm themselves down, and it just goes left. But I think that's what happened. But someone said to get back to Dr. Shenita. Dr. Shenita popped off. She started taking care of, who is it? Okay. She started defending Sunny. After she started defending Sunny, everybody was trying to say, Sunny was just sitting there. She didn't even, I don't think Sunny even fought back really. I don't think Sunny fought back. Someone said Sunny is 48. Is she 48? Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyway, at the end of the day, Nell Fletcher says, I don't want to talk about Destiny if she ain't here to defend herself. Is she coming? And that's when Tisha has to let the cat out the bag that she's coming. And then Dr. Shenita jumped down Tisha's throat again and said, why in the hell would you invite her, knowing the history between her and Melody? She is not your friend, and you definitely need to watch her. I said it the first time as a joke. Now I'm saying it for real. Okay? What is up, Kata?
Hello, how are you?
Great. What's up, beautiful? Tell me what you're thinking about all of this.
Well, what I think about all this is right now I am loving Dr. Shenita. I'm so glad that Mel finally got some backup, and I'm glad that she coming for Tisha's messy ass.
Okay.
I am here for it. I'm here for it.
You're here for it. Okay, okay. Go ahead. Anything else? I asked the poll question at the beginning if Dr. Shenita came in too hot right now. 633 votes, and everybody is saying she didn't come in hot enough. Didn't come in hot enough. Only 3% of y'all said that you hope Tisha get her lick back, and 17% said that Dr. Shenita came off as an attack dog. Okay, so more people feel like y'all are cool with Dr. Shenita. I actually would have liked to see Dr. Shenita ease into it a little more. I feel like her first coming in, it just felt like everything was a smack. It felt like everything is a smack. But I guess you got to pop it off. You got to get it popping. You
Well,
got to get
her inviting Destiny was a smack. So Tisha was probably caught off guard because she thought she was going to surprise Melody, throw Melody off her game, having Destiny there. But Shenita threw Tisha's plans off base.
okay. So
Tisha
you think
inviting Destiny
Melody was
wasn't innocent.
blindsided by Destiny? You think that Melody was blindsided by Destiny being there?
I
I think
do
so.
believe Melody knew, via the text. If she, if you have an iPhone, you see the text. That doesn't you can see without opening it. She probably did know that she was coming, but I thinking the text came a day or two before the trip. That's what I'm
Okay.
thinking. I don't
So
think it came, a month before because it was March 14th, but the girls start posting all of those videos and pictures and things when they came back, I think like March 20th or something like that.
so
So it wasn't.
what you're saying to me, I'm just going to say this. So when Tisha says, Mel, I want to bring a friend, you think that Mel was just open and trusting, thinking that Tisha was going to bring her high school friend that nobody knew, as opposed to Destiny, the castmate.
I don't know. I mean, if we want to play producer, then yeah, everybody knew everybody was going to be on the trip. If we're playing producer, yes,
Okay.
everybody knew everybody was coming. But if Tisha wants to feign innocence with the things she does, then so can Melody. Like, oh, I didn't know. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. What a surprise. Like if we're doing that, then everybody can do it, not just certain people.
Oh, I'm not saying that not everybody can do it, honey, because my belief is I think that I think somebody might have to mute their mic just to get a little background or feedback. But I think that Mel knew it was a possibility, which is why she said, I'm bringing Sunny. I'm bringing Sunny. I'm bringing Shenita. I'm bringing Lauren. I'm bringing people that I could have, I can sit back with, talk to about certain things, strategize if possible. I think that she was looking for an alliance with Sunny. And that's how I've been presenting the story since the beginning. I don't necessarily think, because I don't like to think of Mel as being slow.
No,
I
not
think
slow at all.
I like to think that Melody is on top of some shit. So if she's on top of things, when Tisha says, Mel, I'm bringing a friend, if she doesn't say, who you bringing, I feel like, okay, there's a chance that she's gonna bring Destiny. And I ain't gonna ask the question, I'm just gonna play my piece. That's how I felt. Like, even if she sent that text, I'm gonna look at this text and be like, "Oh, I already knew you were bringing her. That's why I did everything else I was supposed to do,
Fair point.
because we are going on
But
a cast trip." But at the same time, um, I think that's how she would think about it. Like, I always feel like she's strategizing. I think that we say the words chestnut checkers because you ain't gonna let somebody blindside you like that ever, like ever.
correct.
Going to an island, I can't just get my car and go home. I need to make sure I'm taken care of. So that's why I'm saying it. So I understand what you guys are saying in the sense that Tisha did bring her, but I also think Tisha brought her thinking, okay, I'm gonna bring her because that's what I was asked to do. She'll come as my guest, but I don't think they knew that Sonny was coming. I think when Tisha is in that airport with them shades on and Sonny comes walking down, Kimmy had to say to the group, y'all, you're not going to say hi to Sonny, because people were so caught off guard. They didn't know how to speak the words. You're not going to
That
say
was
hi to
so
Sonny?
childish.
To speak to them individually. Hi, Nell. Hi, Tisha.
Right.
Kimmy was the only person who hugged her because everybody's mouth was on the ground. It was a lot.
Right. But
It was
if we're saying that, well, Melody knew, why can't we say that they knew too, that it's a possibility that Sonny was going to be there?
I really
Why
don't
does,
think they knew based on their reaction. I don't think they knew based on their reaction. I think they probably
possibly?
didn't think Sunny, but they could have. I think that they wouldn't have asked Destiny to come. I think they wouldn't have asked Destiny to come.
Well, all the
But you
girls
know
were going
what,
to be there.
Queen?
Huh?
But you know what, Queen? They was on something anyway. And keep in mind, Mel been dealing with these messy women for 8 years, 8 seasons rather. So she know they gonna be on something. And when Kimmy said when she saw Sunday that this changes everything, they were plotting and planning already.
That's exactly
Hmm.
what I
Keep
got
in
from.
mind
That's
that they
exactly
they
what I.
made that statement, so they was gonna blindside her anyway. And and and
Hmm.
and Melody know how these women are. She was
Mhm.
ready
Come
for it.
on.
That's why I love that they were all shocked when Sonny walked in there,
They were
because
shocked.
they were shocked, and I'm glad they were, because they always have something up their sleeve. And let's face it, in all these seasons we've watched the show, Mel has never ever really had anybody to have her back. Not saying that Sonny was there to do that, but I kind of like the way that this played out tonight, because it kind of let them know she had somebody on her side. And what you guys thought you had planned for me, no. Mm-mm.
Okay. So what y'all think they had planned for her?
I
The
think
Tish, the
that,
Trisha
I thought,
bombshell.
yeah, the whole Trisha bombshell. They were gonna drop this stuff about Trisha and Martell, and I think that they were gonna, like gonna do in the next episode, sit there with the back and forth stuff going on with
And
Destiny
her whole
and
reason for
Mel.
living is to
Uh,
hurt Mel. So
yeah,
Destiny was coming with some stuff.
mm,
Believe me when I
Well,
tell you.
well,
exactly.
what I think is that you know how they usually do. They try to make people be friends,
Hmm.
and so I think that that's what they had planned. They're going to get them at at that wherever they were, and make them talk it out, and
That's exactly
now
the
that
plan. That's what they
yes,
said. They said when they invited Destiny, not to say that Destiny wasn't going to come with an arsenal of shit, because she was, and she is. If you looked at those previews, you know that some shit's about to come out of her mouth. However, the goal for the trip was to get them all back on track, and they've been talking about this since episode 1, or episode 2. They have Destiny, Kimmy, Tisha meet, and they said, listen, we need to figure out a way for all of us to talk, for all of us to be in the same room and have fun together like we used to. When Dr. Shenita is cussing out Tisha or letting Tisha have it, it's Nell Fletcher, it's Tisha who's saying Destiny is a part of this group. Like, she's cast. You're not. Like, she's a part of our group. You're not a part of the group. So that's how they were playing it. Now that doesn't mean, y'all, just let me clarify. First, I want to say thank you to Sweetie Bird 101. I appreciate you for becoming a member of the channel. That does not mean that people don't have things in their pocket, little snappy comebacks, whatever. Melody don't have her red phone. It does not mean Destiny don't have her pink phone or whatever the color phone she got. You know what I'm saying? What it means is the goal, just like when Melody went to Madani and she told all of us on live, I think she even said it on the show, my goal for coming was to talk and maybe we can work through some of this shit and be cool. Her and Destiny ended up having that one-on-one after the Madani incident, and Melody shows her a video of her inside of her G-Wagon playing Destiny's song on 10, and she's bopping around, hey, oh, then she was like, I was going to send this to you when I heard it on the radio and all that stuff. And that was supposed to be closure for the audience because Destiny and Mel still don't fool with each other, period. When Destiny and Mel show up in this scene, though, they're supposed to get some of the stuff out that they couldn't get out before because things were still too hot and raw. And so it's supposed to come out here, and that's what we were going to see. But it looks like everybody's going to get a lick. Tisha's definitely getting it. Trisha's getting it. Destiny's going to get it. And it looks like Destiny's going to throw some shit on Mel. So we have to see how that's going to play out. But that's what happened. That's what I saw happen anyway. But go ahead. Let's see what else y'all got to say in the comments. We saw that preview, and Dustpan is coming back. Dustpan coming back was always to ambush Mel, and I've said that from the beginning. This mess with Sonny and Moses was a distraction from how it was being set up. See, you have to explain that to me. What do you mean distraction with Sonny and Moses? Do you think they brought Sonny and Moses on the show to go after Melody? I get confused sometimes. Do y'all think that, panel?
No, I don't
No.
think that.
Nah.
No,
Again,
the cover. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was saying I heard that Trish and Ken was supposed to be this comeback for Mel. Are you saying that Sonny and Moses is also a situation to bring Destiny into the fold so she can come after Mel? I don't know. I'm so
Oh,
confused.
definitely. Oh, hell
Okay,
yeah. Because what
explain.
she can't come in and talk about LeBaric. What else is she gonna come in there and talk about? She ain't never had a storyline.
Okay, so explain what you mean. Are you saying that Moses, because now it feels like Moses, Sonny, and Destiny, are you saying that they don't have a real story? That their story
I'm saying that Sonny and Moses did probably get together, and the way that they came together was a little messy, and I gotta admit that. However, the fact that they came together gave Destiny pause for being able to come back on the show and sling shit against Melody, which is what she's always wanted to do. That was her end. And although that wasn't the reason that Sonny and Moses ended up on the show, it gave Destiny just what she needed.
Okay, so I'm going to say this because we're going to see this scene next week, but these are just clips from next week, which seem real juicy, okay? Destiny is reading off text messages from Moses at the table. I love you and some other things. And she said, these text messages went on through October. Sonny met, or, I guess Sonny and Moses started dating in September. Sonny is still a newlywed. This kind of has to be a little bit uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's her husband now, but that has to be uncomfortable. Do you think that that's something that she would want Destiny to say or do? I think that Destiny might just be pulling things out of her bag because it's in her bag. I don't necessarily think she's doing it. I don't know. I think that's their story.
I think
It's
Destiny was coming back anyway.
Well,
pulling
Destiny
it
was,
out.
regardless of the Moses and Sonny thing. I believe that Destiny was going to come back to the show regardless. It just so happened that happened, and so that gives us something else to interact with. But I
well,
believe
yes.
even if there wasn't a Sonny or a Moses, Destiny was coming back to the show.
I
but I don't think the same mode.
Yes, she came back mid-season. She didn't come back at the beginning of filming. They
Okay,
brought her
so
in, and
here's a comment. So, someone who had Tasha Rain said she saw an interview, I'm assuming with Destiny. She said Destiny said herself that she was coming back to the show before she even knew about Sonny and Moses. So, Sonny and Moses, from what I'm understanding, they did not confirm this, but someone asked, how did you guys get asked to do this show? And she was not very clear, but it sounds like she may have reached out and said she wanted to participate on the show.
Well, what would be Destiny's purpose of coming back? She was let go because she brought nothing to the table. So what was she coming back to do?
So
Well, she
I
but
always
she
thought that
stated that
Destiny
she
was
was.
let go. I said that I thought Destiny was let go. I thought that, the producer said they couldn't get anything from her. But according to Destiny, she was never let go. Never let go. She said, she admits to spazzing out. I shouldn't put my fingers like that, but she admits to spazzing out. She said, when I looked at those old scenes of myself, I did not recognize that person. I was in a bad place mentally. And she said, that's why she said, there's no explanation other than she was just in a bad place mentally. But she said that she feels better, or that she felt better, and she wanted to participate again. And Carlos gave her that opportunity. Then she get hit with the Sonny and Moses are also going to be here. And she said that it took her a while to sign the contract. She said that it was already in full swing. They were filming. And she said, I still didn't sign my contract because I didn't know if I wanted to come on the show and have this interaction with them. So I'm not saying, I'm only telling y'all what I heard as a blogger who goes to channels that people may not like to hear things. Okay, so I have to bring it back to y'all. That's my job, and I've been doing it since the day I started this platform. So there's that, but that was what she said. So it's not to take up for her, but I am asking because I've heard some interviews or lives with Sunny, and Sunny is married. She's married. They're in it. It's not a fake relationship, right? I believe they're married. Um,
Exactly.
I saw on some other YouTubers pages today a live that she did where she kind of got pissed. She said on her live, I'm tired of defending this. I'm tired of talking about it. He's my husband. That girl was not married to him. I mean, she was popping off. That girl wasn't married to her. I shouldn't have to defend this. He's my husband. Furthermore, I don't even want to talk about this show when I come on live. I don't want to talk about it because number one, I don't want to say some shit that I'm not supposed to say. Number two, I don't gossip about people like this. That's not my personality or my nature. And she said, when I get up in the morning, I'm thinking about money moves. What's going to make me a millionaire? Not what the hell Destiny's doing, why I shouldn't talk to Kimmy, why I shouldn't talk to Tisha. She also said, I really like everybody on the show. I don't have any problems with anybody. I don't even want to draw those lines with people. So I thought it was an interesting live. I actually liked her in that live more than anything I've ever seen her in because it came off so genuine. Like, this is who I am, and it is what it is. So I thought she said what she had to say. I'm gonna say that what's her name? Wanda, Tisha's mama came into the live. She was excited to see her. Wanda, she said, I was one of the people who held Wanda back at the reopening. Okay. So she said she's getting to know people. She said that in this scene. I'm getting to know Melody. Not friends. These are people they're getting to know each other. Um, I would like to, I don't want to take anybody else's word for who Melody is or who she's not. Um, what else did she say? Despite whatever happened between me and Destiny or what Destiny would say about Mel, I'm not going to be the kind of person who take that person's opinion or anybody's opinion. I'm going to learn you for myself. She's actually being smart here and not creating enemies for herself. It's the reality TV show game. You'll figure it out soon enough. But she seemed cool. She seemed cool, and she seemed more genuine in that live today than I've ever seen her ever on any of her lives or interviews, radio shows, whatever. She just seemed like she was in a place where she had it with people. And I shouldn't say had it, because I think that she really enjoys the fans and stuff like that. I just think she just spoke it out in a way that said, I don't care what y'all think, and you're not going to make me feel bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think Sunny and Moses are in a real relationship. I don't think Destiny, you don't think Destiny was ever with him. You don't. So you think that Destiny is lying. I think that she faked it. I think this is a storyline and was supposed to come to light before Destiny got fired. Okay, well, we just established that Destiny was not fired. We just established Destiny
they were
was
together.
not fired. But I don't think that you've ever seen pictures of Moses and Destiny. So for about a year and some change, Moses and Destiny had pictures all over the internet. And even that last season, the season before now that Destiny was on the show, there was a scene she did where she had Moses on FaceTime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she had Moses on FaceTime. And so she did have something going on with him. I don't necessarily think that's a lie. I think she did have something going on with him. But I will say, for most of the audience, I don't think we should care about. Let me say this more importantly. If you are a woman who was friends with another woman who ends up dating your man, you know that those feelings, whatever your feelings are, they shut down immediately. Okay. Everyone on the outside may say things like, well, y'all were once friends, but you no longer see that person as a friend. You don't mourn that friendship. You could give two F's. Okay. That is somebody that's just gone. They're gone. They're on fire. And I don't care how long you've known them. Destiny has a soul tie with Moses. Moses has a soul tie with Destiny. No matter what people say about how that relationship started or ended, they still had something that no one is going to erase. Let me put it that way. No one will ever erase it. So when these two are in a room, and we haven't seen them in a room together since that first time, and a lot of people said they saw energy there, they saw some sort of chemistry. People are going to be looking for that chemistry again. People aren't going to look for chemistry between Destiny and Sunny. They could care less that they used to be friends. They're going to look for the energy between Destiny and Moses. Actually, they were in the room together when they went to that Galentine event. That was when they were in the room together. And I think we were looking for energy between them then. And it seemed like he was staring at her, and she made the comment that he was staring at her. So we'll have to see.
I think that's normal. Uh, in the real world, to me, Moses moved too fast to marry because he had just gotten out of a relationship. It's not saying that Sonny is not the person that he did not want to marry, but I think he should have waited to kind of get Destiny out of his system because I think that's normal. If you leave a relationship that you, like you said, you have ties with, it's not going to be that easy to brush them off, off of you. So I that's the only thing. He probably should have dated Sonny a little longer. Hey, you already know you want her. You already know you want to marry her. She's the type of woman, as he said, that he wanted to be with for a lifetime. So I think he should have waited a little longer and just got Destiny just completely out of his system.
If the bond was so strong, why didn't he marry her? It doesn't. You don't have to marry people. You don't have to marry people. If this clip that's coming up where Moses says, you know who the side chick is going to be, if those words are coming out and it's regarding Destiny, it's one of those things. This is a married man who is still early in this relationship. You just want him to speak over his wife and relationship in a way that covets her, that protects her. And it's not doing that because he is still stuck between two women. He's stuck, not Destiny at this point.
But he's always been stuck between more than one woman when it comes to Destiny. Remember, they were in a 16-year relationship where he was married, she was married, he had girlfriends or other relationships. They talked about that. And even down to Destiny pulling out those text messages. What difference do it make? Y'all been going back and forth for 16 years. So what? He used to having you and somebody else because that's what you allow.
But
Oh, Lord.
Destiny is not calling that man her side dude. She's not. He is. That's the problem. So even you're getting mad at Destiny, and Destiny didn't even say it. He said it, and he said it on TV.
Oh, it's definitely a problem. But again, he used to having that relationship with her. It ain't okay. But that's how they get out.
Okay. They don't get down like that anymore, and he has to protect his wife.
Yeah, he
He
has to
still
learn that. He hasn't learned that.
Agreed. Agreed.
okay. If Switzerland was a person. I am a blogger child. I know that y'all love to hear people say dirty dick, comma, comma. I don't care. These people they don't rock me like that. I'm saying to y'all, when we having these conversations, we have to also recognize there's a man, the only person that should have that people should be mad at is the one person who's not getting any smoke. None.
Correct.
He's not getting any, and he's
Correct.
putting himself in a situation where he should. So we have to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. I
Um,
like Sunny, but she does talk a little bit too much, and Destiny's name comes out of her mouth a little bit too much. That's something she has to work on.
mhm. Okay. Terry said, I don't believe this man was in love with Destiny, friends with benefits, and doesn't know his to express that. Okay. He doesn't know how to express it. In my opinion, Dusty and Moses have always been sneaky links, and he chose the woman he wanted to marry. Okay. I love y'all. I think that he did choose the woman he wanted to marry. Now he needs to choose the words that protects that wife because he's
Correct.
failing. Okay, that's all I'm saying. You can call
Yeah.
Destiny all the names in the book, but she's not the one saying that she still wants him or any of those
Well, she
things.
did say she can have him if she wanted him. She did tell Tisha that.
She said
Yeah. She did
she
say
can
that.
Yes,
have
she did. Yes, she did.
Hmm. She said
She
that.
said that
She
on
said,
camera. If I wanted him, I could have him. And that's a married man.
that's true. I have to say that's true. I probably would have said some dumb shit like that too if I
Yeah.
found out stuff that I found out. I probably would say it to get it out and to hurt people. But
Hmm.
you got to keep them pushing. Let's see. Destiny is stuck too if she wants to use it as a storyline. The storyline is going to be solidified by them producers, okay? You're going to show up here and you're going to have this conversation about these men. So that's the storyline. And even though we keep saying it's a storyline, it is their real life, though. It is their real
Yeah.
life. He
Yeah.
was dealing with
But
many women. Mhm. Go ahead.
Destiny's story is so heavily centered around other people, though. We don't hear anything about her. Everything is about other people. And so I think that's my issue with her. And I feel so bad for her because she seems to have a string of bad luck, but it doesn't seem like she's changing her behavior. Um, I don't understand Destiny. I don't understand.
Why do
I'm
you think
confused
that
by
that
her.
storyline isn't her storyline?
I'm not saying
Wouldn't
it's
you?
not her storyline. I'm just saying it's so heavily focused and dependent on other people.
Okay.
It to me she doesn't have any humility. And for
Okay.
someone in her situation with everything she has going on, even if the cameras don't show it, we all know what's going on with her. She seems to just be so um brash and unapologetic, and I'm just saying I don't understand it.
Okay.
She doesn't want anybody to speak about LeBeric, but she's free to speak about everybody else's relationship. And so I guess that's what I'm having trouble with, because if someone mentions LeBeric, she gets all in a tizzy and gets upset, but still she's throwing jabs at Melody about her marriage. How does she know the conversations that Melody had with the side chick? Unless she's speaking to the side chick and she's speaking to Martell about it. So it's just so weird. It's so very weird. That's all for me. I'm confused by it.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Crystal said none of the men on that show actually protect their wives on the show. They all allow men to say and do whatever. So Moses is a great fit for the men. Okay. Well, I would like to mention La Barbecue, and she's ready to start a war. Okay. Let's see. She never shares her story. Okay, so we are still waiting for Destiny to share her story. Will she talk about the $20,000 judgment if she's allowed? This 45. How many days in jail? 45 days in jail. This is all because she was talking about the man in the first place. Part of it is that she broke some of them rules, and part of the rules was that they weren't supposed to talk about each other. But the majority of that $20,000 judgment, or close to $20,000 judgment, is LeBeric's attorney fees. His attorney fees are 2.5 times the amount of money that she owed him. 2.5 times the amount of money that she owed him. I had to do the math. Like, well, wait a minute. Let's see. Curious, Diana, do you find Tisha childish, nasty, or vile? Childish, nasty, or vile? When Tisha was first on the show, I thought that Tisha had a lot of shit going on, and I did not like her at all. I think that I've seen growth in Tisha. I know y'all hate Tisha, so I usually just shut the hell up. But Tisha is not in the same place that she was before. Tisha comes back at Marceau on the show. She has come back at a couple of people. How she handled herself in the scene with Shenita was actually interesting and not old school Tisha. Old school Tisha would have waited for Kimmy to chime in and protect her. She would have started crying. She sat there with a straight face and said, "What did you mean by that?" That is a different Tisha than what we've seen in season 1 and 2, where she's like, "Mel, what is going on?" And she just get real teary-eyed and upset. I actually appreciate this Tisha that we got now, who's standing on her own 2 feet and saying what she has to say, because that is what the show is about. Stand up and take care of what you got to take care of. Even if you're wrong, you're supposed to stand up and take care of what you got to take care of. So in this moment, Tisha is a lot different, even though y'all can't see it, than what she used to give in those early seasons. That is my opinion.
I think that even if we don't get to see it play out on air, I can kind of believe that she'll probably be talking to Kimmy behind the scenes in their personal life as to why you didn't jump in and say anything. Because when Shenita was on that, going back and forth with.
I mean, Tisha lost Wanda on the show. Wanda used to be real good for jumping in, and we never got to see Tisha handle things herself. Tisha handles things herself now, and people don't always like it, but she does it. She has changed up for what she used to be. I don't hate Tisha, but she's too hypocritical for me. But we're gonna see what happens next.
I noticed
But all the rest of it. So D said that Tisha has grown nastier. Okay. Sunny speaks on Destiny because Destiny is commenting on the married couple. Sunny speaks on Destiny because Destiny is commenting on the married couple. Wanda is in her ear. Destiny is trying to be AC on the show. Why would Destiny bring her up? All right. Let's see. Dusty was supposedly Mel's friend, so she knew what Mel went through. For her to say that Mel was talking to Coleslaw about respectful cheating, I'm like, girl, bye. Dusty is trash for that. Okay. She had no choice. Marceau ain't there, and Kimmy is done being her backbone. If y'all go back and look at the scenes, you will see that Tisha has been doing this for a minute. She's been doing this for a minute, and she actually starts the scenes, I think either in the 6th season or 6B. She said, if y'all talk about me, I'm talking about you. If you talk about my marriage, I'm talking about y'all. She literally says this to say that she is trying to stand on her own 2 feet. Melody says to Marceau, the reason Tisha and I fight is because you are in the middle of our stuff. So if I have a problem with you, I'm going to keep it with you. And anything that's going on between Tisha and I will keep it between Tisha and I. So y'all don't look at these little nuances, the changes that they actually say on the show. They say it. They say it, and they try to get the audience to pivot and work with where they are. And you guys just aren't ready to be there yet. I'm there. So yes, ma'am.
That's what I like about you. You are so observant and a walking encyclopedia for reality TV. You don't miss it. You
I'm
don't
telling
miss it.
y'all what I see, but people get upset, but I'm not doing it because it's like, rah, 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 I'm Tisha. Tisha did do a whole lot of shit at the very beginning, but she is in a different space. And Melody has even said, I'm trying to deal with Tisha different. So we as the audience, you either move there or you don't. I don't know how to help though. I can only tell you what I see. Let's see. Let's see. Sonia says she remembers. Thank you, Sonia. The Scots are protected, so the producers want what, honey? The Scots are protected, and they produce what they want. Tisha is ghetto, a ghetto rat. Well, who needs the Republican Party when we got Cool Cat? Thank you, honey. Thank you. Let's see. Tisha has hate oozing out of her pores. It's so obvious. Y'all are funny to me. Um, I hate talking about Tisha's marriage. Yuck, Marceau. That sound mind woman want him. Well, we have to see. Listen, Melody didn't explain how she got there, but she said she got there. Now they are walking it back. Let's see. Diana, I think you give Tisha more credit. Her and Marceau are trying to keep that check. But aren't they all trying to keep the check? I mean, the show is a nightmare sometimes, right? So if they all keep signing, I would think they're all trying to keep the check. That's number one. Number two, and I said this in the video I did, I think yesterday, Melody was the one who said she was having a good time filming with Tisha and Marceau, that Tisha had called her for some personal advice that she didn't want her to tell anyone, and that she gave it to her. Like Mel is really trying to drop these nuggets off on her personal platforms, not even on the show, on her personal platforms to say, you guys are there and I am here. She said it, I didn't make it up. She went on a whole radio station, and when the host said, girl, those people ain't your friends and da-da-da-da-da, that's the host. Mel said, we aren't friends per se, we're cordial, but we're working on things. They even sent me a happy Mother's Day text. Those words came from her. We didn't ask for them. I mean, I didn't. And I don't see you guys asking for it. I just think she's trying to, like she said at the beginning, we're trying to get to better places and spaces so that they can keep a check, or, that's free advertising. That's a lot of money that goes out for advertising. She told us on the show too, at the flower shop. She did. So that's the perspective I'm coming from when I'm watching the show. I'm thinking, okay, damn, this is a different change from that first episode. We are in a different episode, and these ladies are about to go after each other. Share the video, please, and thank you. You do remember me saying that. I appreciate that. Sometimes I think I'll be talking to my day ones. It's not always the case. Sometimes I am up here talking to the newbies, and I'm not saying what they want to hear, I guess. But for those of you who know my voice, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. All right, that's it. I will talk to you. Thank you to all of my moderators, and thank you to everyone who blessed the channel. See you on the next one.